Check out thechosenprime.com in the link in the description below for this and other great items.
Welcome everyone to an RFC review. I'm your host Diecast, and today we have Furos and Hardhead, which it used to be Duros, but there may have been a problem with the name. So again, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Last time I was a little bit down on the packaging. I wasn't being down on it. It was just not as new as the first packaging we took a look at. But here you go. You have Hardhead with his head blasting off, just like all the other figures, but really nice art. Whoever did the art did a fantastic job. You have Transformers up the side, Generations at the top. Titans Return, Deluxe class. Same picture on this side. On the back you have the product shots and the Headmaster gimmick that these heads can be used across all of the Titan Masters. And some cross promotion. Again, I do like that they kind of brought that back. And let's go ahead and get this guy out of the package and we'll see what he is actually like. So here is Hardhead out of package, and first we're going to take a look at his collector's card. Again, the collector's card has that same artwork on it with his head blasting off, showing that his head is a separate piece. Then on the back you have tech specs. I want to thank Hasbro again for giving us something on the back of these cards if they were going to continue. I really like the new cards, and they definitely add some collector value to the figures. So awesome job with the cards. Then here he is with his accessories. He has a gun which will open up and you can have a little Titan Master sit inside there. There's a Hyper Fire man in the gun ready to go. And then we'll close that up real quick. You can even angle that down a little bit, so it's got a double hinge on the gun there, so it's not just sitting open like that, which is nice. Definitely a plus. That's the only different piece of plastic on this is that double hinge piece. Other than that, it's all just this tan plastic. And you have a nice green gun. And we'll go ahead and do a size comparison. Here he is with Scourge, just so you can get a size comparison on them. Scourge is just a little bit taller just because of his head crest. But other than that, they are pretty close to the exact same size. So let's get Scourge out of the way. And just show you what you can do with Hardhead's weapons before this can plug in to the top piece here. Just like that. And then you could have it sit on his shoulder just like the original G1 toy. If you consider Headmaster's G1, I think most people do. Especially because then you have G2, which is the beautiful colored Transformers that we've been getting in those box sets that Hasbro's been putting out. And there he is with his gun in hand. And because this gun does unpeg, you can also have him hold it in his hand, which does look a little silly and a little oversized. So I would just leave that on the shoulder right there. Definitely looks like the right choice. His arms do go up about that far. They can do a full 360. They have a swivel at the bicep, and it's a double hinge here. And if you put his arms straight down, they are kind of long. They almost go down to his knees. Pretty much are going down to his knees. What I would do is I would, try to extend this shoulder up a little bit, which is hard to do on the one side with the gun. But if you extend his shoulder up a little bit, and you could even collapse these arms just a tad if you want. Or just make sure they're bent, and he'll be a little less obvious of his gorilla arms. So, getting down to the bottom, there is no waist rotation on him. His legs are on a ball joint, or his hips are on a ball joint. You got the upper thigh swivel, bend at the knee. You do get 90 degrees at the knee. Then his hands do swivel also, and they have the in motion due to transformation. So, again, I'm really loving the detail on these guys. If you look from the detail from this figure to previous line, even Combiner Wars, these definitely have a lot more detailing on the side, I feel, and they look really nice. That was the first thing I noticed on these figures when I saw them at New York Comic Con, is how, how nicely detailed these were. So, you even have a little bit in and out movement on the leg due to transformation, which you probably do not want to do. So, let's go ahead and get into transformation on him. First thing we're going to do is just kind of get this gun out of the way, unplug his head, do the old, let's get this guy ready, fold his hands in, collapse the arms, we're going to pull this whole section up, and that's going to be the top half of the tank. Then you can see these arms are going to peg in right there. Just got to get them angled properly, just like that, and just like that. So once you get the arms tabbed in, then you're just going to come down here, flip the feet up. Same thing on this side. And then this whole section is going to rotate around. And then they're going to tab the legs in right underneath there. And then flip the feet up. And the last thing to do is to take his crotch section and just fold that around. So there you have the bottom of the tank, looking very G1 Hardhead-ish. They did a really nice job translating this over into a toy for the new generation. And then, oh, that wheel popped off. Get on. Don't press there. That's not the right way to press. And that was purely on accident. Go. There you go. Oh, popped right in. So that is the wheel for the front, and then there's a wheel on the back here on each side, and Hardhead can roll. Which is nice that they're not leaving out of these figures. Cannon can articulate however you want, or you can just have it laying straight down on the tank, which looks great. I love this vehicle mode. It really is nice. My arms tend to come on tab just a tad, and then the other cool thing, which has been consistent through all these Combiner Wars, is not only can the Headmaster sit inside. I'll show off little Headmaster, little Titan Master, and then we'll just sit him in here. That way he can ride around, and then we'll take his friend Hyperfire, and there's ports all over this that they can all ride on into battle, which again Ah. And they are pretty tight, so they're not going anywhere. Once you plug those in, they are solid. There you have it. So you could have up to 4 Titan Masters riding into battle on him if you want. So let's do obviously the gun can plug in up top here. I don't think there's anywhere else this can plug in. There's no ports on the side here. Nothing on top. So yeah, that's really the only place you can plug it in. It's just right there. But again, you know, for those of you who like storage, yay, it's there. Honestly, I like it better without that. It's a shame this couldn't tab in underneath. That would have been... Yeah, but that would have gotten in the way of the wheels, so really no way to do that. There's a tab right there. Maybe that could... Maybe there is a way. I should have probably looked at the instructions first, but... That... No, that's just not going to work. But... Here he is. For comparison, let's bring in... our favorite blue Blur. So here he is with Blur for a size comparison, and you can see he is definitely more tanky, much wider than Blur is. Almost a quarter, almost a half a car wider. So, and Blur is supposed to be skinny and fast and light. So there is for size comparison. Try to get my big hand out of the way there. And yeah, they match up really well, look really good. You can take his weapon and plug it in a Blur if you want. If you want. 50 Shades of Blue. With a green gun. At least it offsets all that blue. So, there you have Titan's Return Deluxe Class Hardhead with Furos, because it's not Duros anymore. Yeah, Furos. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Make sure you guys check out the link in the description below to pick this up at the Chosen Prime.